So, as the rain has stopped, let's give a little mention to some of the churches that I visited whilst in Clitheroe. I first went to St James, which is a Church of England. I think it was closed, and it's sort of out on the outskirts really. It looked pretty standard. Then there was the United Reformed Church, which is right under the shadow of the castle, the little atoll on which the castle stands. That was closed. That looked to be quite a large building. I think that's a large hall inside there. And then there was the nearby Roman church dedicated to St Michael and I think St John, but I could be wrong with the second dedication there. That was open. That church was very, very pretty inside. It was very pretty. Kind of what you'd expect with a Roman church. In fact, I'm usually quite surprised at how sparse some of the Roman churches that I've been in or visited are, but this one was not so bad. There were lots of little statues and votive lights and, you know, little dishes with the holy water, sort of as if they were coming out of the pillars by way of little fountains, you know, that sort of thing. It was very, very nice. It was very lovely. The other church, the fourth church, is here. That's the parish centre over there, which I think also has been at one stage a school. This is the Church of England Church of Mary Magdalene. I think it is aligned with the Church of England, but really possibly a bit sort of free church, non-denominational really. It's open. Inside it has you come in through the sort of south door, which is just there, and the east end is that end, and it's quite a way out from the it's the other side of the sort of market and town district, so to speak, of the the little township from the castle, and it's quite large. It is apparently the Norman church of the town, so it's the oldest, but I think the only bit that's Norman is the east end, which is not bad. It has two altars in very close proximity, the east altar, high altar right at the end, and one that's literally sort of, you can see where the end of the building is down there, and there's another one between there and here, so it's got a triforium balcony, so not one at the back, but balconies down both sides, collegiate. It's got a tower at that end with a west door, but they don't seem to use it. There is no rear address behind the high altar. It is a big stained glass window in little segments, and instead of being a sort of Christian type display, what you have is stained glass of the shields of those people, those houses, those names who supported the church, built it, renovated it after a fire, etc. Two of which are in a little side chapel down this side, the south side of the main altar, and they have two little stone effigies, and then there's what looks like a really, really old altar. It's a stone altar, and I was looking at this thing thinking, this is very strange, very strange. It had two angels on either side and a sort of funny thing in the middle, and I thought, I think this is a box tomb, and I did some reading, and it is a box tomb, which they have converted, or was converted, or has been used for centuries as an altar. So there we are. Now, I've seen the market of Clitheroe, which is interesting because I also want to mention that they have a little outdoor market here, which I think is on the grounds of what used to be a train station. The train station sort of moved up a little bit, and it has on the wall that they've been allowed to have a market here since the 1200s, and their market is now under threat because it appears that people want to build a Premier Inn on top of it. I think that's very sad. It is very central with spectacular views below the castle, and I can't help thinking that might be why the Premier Inn wants to build. It's a good location, but I think they should leave the leave the market where it is. I mean, you can see how wet it is today, and yet it was quite bustling. It was a joy to look round, and I think they ought to move plans and get the Premier Inn. Yes, sure, have a Premier Inn, but you can afford to have it a little bit further out, I think. Unless, of course, you want to find a suitable place still towards the centre of town where the market can relocate. That is my thoughts on it. I shall follow that case, and if needs be, I shall write to various members of the there's a town council here, Clitheroe Town Council. There's also the Ribble Valley Borough Council, so don't try me.